Hello everyone, what's going on? This is Gabriel from Lovely Escape Photography, and today we're gonna try to do some star alignment, but we're gonna do in manual mode, manual star alignment. Thanks to Lonely Spec for the video tutorial he had. Actually, he inspired me to make this video. So, okay, here we're gonna start. So I've been taking basically 10 different exposures of 8 seconds each, with aperture 1.8 80mm wide and ISO 4000, and as you can see there is a little bit of grain. So what we're gonna do basically, we're gonna do some simple retouching on Lightroom, and after that we're gonna export everything on Photoshop, and there we're gonna try to align manually the stars and stack them. The lenses I used are 18-35mm 1.8 Sigma art lenses, and it does have a little bit of vignetting. I'm gonna try to fix this in Lightroom. And the camera I used is Nikon D500, and now I'm gonna just play a little bit with the settings in Lightroom to see how it looks better before to export in Photoshop, to export as layers in Photoshop. You're gonna see in a second. And as you seen earlier, we set the color on 0 from the noise reduction because we don't want to get out the colors from the stars. Once we align them, it's not gonna be 100% perfectly aligned, so probably we're gonna lose some of the color. So I just set it on 0. We're gonna do our work in Photoshop, and after we save it and export back into Lightroom, we're gonna try to recover some colors of the stars. And I noticed that the horizon line is not as straight. That's because I put the tripod on the rocks. As you can see, that's very rocky place. I put the tripod on the rocks and it wasn't perfectly 100% straight, so we're not gonna lose much from the image anyway. Now we're gonna select all those photos. Basically I have 10 exposures. Out of those exposures I'm gonna try to synchronize them. So when we change one, that's gonna be change everything. Just make sure you have everything selected there. All the checkboxes are selected. And now we're just gonna edit in open as layer in Photoshop. Now is the waiting time. Okay, what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna split basically into different projects, the foreground and the background. So to create the foreground, I'm just gonna copy everything, drag and drop copy and convert to smart object, which basically takes a couple of minutes. Once the smart objects are done, I'm just gonna transfer and just you can see that there's still noise in the image. I'm just gonna go to layer smart object, and where is it come on, stacking mode and median. Of course it's gonna take a couple of more minutes for that. Once this is finished, basically everything is stuck. The foreground is stuck, but the background stars are, because of the earth rotation, it looks blurry. But we are interested at the moment about foreground. Foreground, as you can see, the noise is being removed. From those 10 exposures, the noise is being removed. Next step is to focus on the background. But first, I'm gonna rename the layer foreground, and I'm gonna just move it to the bottom. Now we're gonna disable everything, including the foreground, but the last background layer. So we're gonna select next layer to it and choose the difference mode. As you can see, the difference between the stars because of the earth rotation. What do we want to do now? We're gonna press just Ctrl T, and we're gonna try it nicely drag and align the stars. At first it can be complicated, so if it's complicated, we just gonna use the X and Y coordinates for fine movement of the stars until this align. Okay, that looks quite well now. We're gonna check the corners as well. Let me apply this one first. You can see most of the stars are aligned at the moment, but more exposure you have, harder it's gonna be later to align the stars, but not impossible. This corner is not aligned, so as again we're gonna press Ctrl T, of course, and you see there that button I'm pressing right now, basically it divides the image in 9 squares, 3 by 3, letting me to freely move parts of the image, which helps me stack. It's gonna be stacked in one side, the stars, but the other side is gonna be unstacked. So keep stacking them until you get as much as possible perfectly. Well, you basically can't perfectly stack, but a 90% that'll do. That looks fine. The corners are fine. A little bit here. Yeah, that looks fine for me now. So we just confirm this, press OK and zoom out, put everything back to normal, and we're gonna jump to the next one. As you can see, the stars remains in the same place, but the foreground will move a little. It's moving a little bit. It doesn't matter at the moment. So we got the next one, difference mode. We're gonna repeat the process. I'm gonna try to zoom a little bit in. Control T and or Command T if you work on a MacBook. Try to align them manually. That looks okay. I'm gonna confirm and go just on 100% at the moment on the corners to see the corners. You can rotate a little bit the image for a better stacking, or you can hold the control and drag the corner. But what I'm doing usually, I'm just pressing that free transform mode. And I'm just trying to stack everything again. Stuck in one side is gonna be unstuck on the other side, stuck on the other side. Keep going like that until everything is stuck properly. This is the process basically we're gonna repeat on all 10 layers. It doesn't have to be necessarily 10 layers. It can be 5, 6 or 8 layers, but more exposures basically you have, less noise you have in the image. But more exposure you have, harder it's gonna be in a moment to align the stars manually. The auto mode doesn't work very well to align. It's gonna align mostly the center or sides of it, but sides gonna be blurry, not aligned. So this is why we use this method to align manually. And thanks again to Lonely Spec for his tutorial, which inspired me to do this video. Okay. It can be a long time process, but the final result will always worth the time. Okay, that looks fine for me. Just a little bit over there. It's not perfectly aligned, but as I said, it doesn't have necessarily to be perfect because of multiple stacking modes. The Photoshop process that actually very well and give you very good results at the end. I'm just gonna leave it like that. Maybe a little bit here in the corner. So as I said, this process can take quite a while. It looks pretty much okay. Okay, that'll do. Okay, now I'm gonna skip this process because it takes quite a long time, and I'm gonna be back just on the end. Well, I'm back and I'm having my last layer now, trying to align it. It's a bit more difficult at the moment to align it, but it's not impossible. Just keep doing the same thing over and over until you get as good as possible alignment. Doesn't look that bad. Okay, I'm gonna put it back to normal. It's very small difference between the first and the last one, but you can see the foreground moves because we align the background. Now we're gonna select all the images and we're gonna convert it on smart object. I'm gonna skip this process of waiting to convert it on smart object. So done. So what we're gonna do next is we're gonna go again on layer. We're gonna go on layer, blending mode. Stack mode and median. I don't know what was that. Okay, the difference is now we have much less noise on the image. It looks much better, the stars, less noisy, as you can see. But as you can see as well, the background is blurry. So what we're gonna do now So what I want to do in this moment is I'm gonna try to do our last alignment between the foreground and background. So we're gonna go again here and put on difference. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. Use Ctrl T to transform mode, and I'm gonna try to align the background with the foreground. You can't do it perfectly, but as best as you can. That will make the difference. Okay, that looks good. That's quite actually well aligned. So we're gonna put this back on normal. And what we're gonna do now, we're gonna try to rasterize the layer, so it doesn't have to process every single layer on the image while do now the changes. And we're gonna create one mask, pressing there, down there on create mask. We're gonna select it, and we're gonna select the brush, make sure the background is black, and I'm just gonna increase a little bit, the brush is too small. I'm gonna try to take the edge first time. Yeah, let me just too big. No, that bit bigger. That's right for now. I'm gonna try to take the edge of the cliff, basically the edge of the foreground, where the foreground meets the background. So it doesn't have to be perfect, but as much as you can. You basically now you're stuck in the foreground with the background. Okay. And if you press Alt and click on the layer, you have this white image. Try to fill in all the white on the foreground. That's what I'm gonna do now. Okay, so now basically we stuck the background with the foreground. So we used 10 layers to stack the foreground. Then we used 10 layers to manually align the stars, stacking the background. And then those 2 layers remained. We stuck between them, and we basically more or less we got the final image. Very less to none noise. Of course, as I said before, if you're doing more layers, less noise. Okay, now we're gonna flatten the image, and we're gonna save it, and we're gonna go back to Lightroom. Okay, now we have the image which we made in Photoshop, which is basically this one. And I'm gonna compare with the other one, which was at first the first image, non-stacked. You can see the difference. try to recover the color now. As we said before, we disable the color, we align the stars, we recover the color, otherwise we're gonna lose most of the color in the process. I'm gonna use some sharpener and just maybe a little bit of noise reduction. That will help. Not so much, of course not so much, or we're gonna lose details again. I'm just playing with the settings. You just use the common sense, how much you have to take or put. As I said, just try to play a little bit with settings and see how it looks. That's what I'm doing now, I'm playing with the settings. Of course, why not? Just a little bit of more shadow to recover the shadow. Overall, it doesn't look that bad. It looks quite good comparing with a single image. Okay, so the first image with the noise, all the noise and everything. You see the noise, the difference. That's one stack, and now the final image restacked. Okay then, pretty much this is it. Thank you very much everyone for watching this video. Again, I'm Gabriel from Lovely Escape Photography, and it's been my pleasure to share this video with you. Alright, I'll see you next time. Bye.